managed to get off like a whole side. I'm going to see if I can spin this around so that you can see the roots. Because, oh my god. Hey everybody, welcome back to Houseplant Dictionary. Behind this plant, I'm Elizabeth, and today we are going to do a repotting. I will be repotting this ginormous Philodendron. I'm not sure how this is going to go. This is the pot. I'm just repotting it back into its own pot. I'm giving it some fresh soil. I believe it might be a little root bound, but this is the biggest pot I have. And also the plant is massive. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing and we won't break it. Yeah, let's just get started. So first I'm gonna just try and take some of the old dirt out and put it in this little plastic trash bin. I know I'm a little cut off, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. This guy fills the corner of my dining room, and I love him, and he was doing so amazing, absolutely amazing. And then all of a sudden, he just started, and you can probably tell, like he just started turning kind of yellow. And I thought, oh, okay, must have forgot to water him because I stuck my little meter in and it was going dry. And I was like, so I'll water him. I watered him and immediately the water all ran through the bottom. And the meter didn't change. And so I thought, okay, I'll just like put a bucket or a bowl underneath and I'll just like really, really water him. Stick a chopstick into the dirt. And that didn't make a difference. It just made the yellowing slow. And the meter never showed that it was getting any moisture. So I'm worried about the root system. So we're going to take it out, check out the root system. I did notice a few bugs on the plant, but I believe I managed to get rid of the bugs. So I'm not really sure what's going on with them. We're gonna investigate. But immediately as I'm digging in here, and you won't be able to see this from way over there, but their roots are at the top. There's no way I can just like pull out soil because it's all roots. I pulled out like maybe half a layer and immediately hit roots. And the roots that I'm seeing are healthy looking. They look really healthy. They're very white. I think it's root bound. And that's not good because this is my biggest pot. I'm hoping the roots aren't deep because if they're shallow, I have another pot that's wider. So I'm not too sure how we're going to go about getting them out. I'm going to go get a spoon. All right, I've got a spoon. We're just going to dig around. This is terracotta. He might be kind of stuck to the edges of the pot. And I do not plan on using any of this old soil because it did have a little bit of a bug problem for a minute. So I don't want there to be anything in the dirt that comes with it. So I made a completely new mixture, which I've been using for my elephant ears, and hopefully this is enough. It's got I'll put all these things in the description. They are also in the description of my elephant ear update video, if you've seen that one. If not, I highly recommend it. I got I'm blanking on what it's called. It's those things that test the humidity in the air. And then I also wanted to give a little bit of an update to all the elephant ears I unboxed a little bit ago because they all seem to be doing phenomenal and I'm really excited about that. Oh wow, he's got a lot of roots. Let's see, can we... The coffee shop below me is not happy about that. I don't want to break the roots, but I might have too. I might have to break the pot. I've discovered that not only are all of the roots sticking to the side of this pot, he's got a lot of roots coming throughout the bottom. And they're healthy looking roots, so I don't want to break any more roots than I have already. And I have another one of these pots, so I think I have to break the pot. And it's just a terracotta pot. This was like a $12 pot. I'm gonna go get a hammer. So first let me do a little disclaimer here. I don't recommend this. If I wanted to spend a lot of time slowly working them out of the pot, I could. And it'd probably be fine. But I'm not particularly attached to this pot. It was cheap. So I'm just gonna break it. It's terracotta, so it should break pretty easy. I've got my little dustpan here because I don't want to just like have terracotta bits everywhere. And I'm wearing glasses, so my eyes are protected, but I am going to look away so I don't damage my eyes. Let it begin. So I managed to get off like a whole side. I'm gonna see if I can spin this around so that you can see the roots. Because oh my god. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is just like all roots. And there's some like hefty roots in there. Oh baby. He's there's no way he's been getting any water to his roots because the water's just been coming right out. There's not much dirt in here. Okay, let's break the rest of the pot. Wow. I'm going to fast forward through this part, but I'm basically just going to get all of the dirt out of the roots and just take a look at the roots and see how they're doing. you can see, I've done quite a bit of detangling, but I'm to a point where it must be where the original roots were in the nursery pot I bought him in. And they're really thick roots, and there's really no detangling them without breaking them, right? You saw I had accidentally broken this one off, and I don't want to do that, but it's still really thick and condensed right here. However, this main down here I've managed to detangle, and look how long these roots are. And they're really healthy roots. So I don't want to do any unnecessary harm to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pot it with some fresh soil into a pot the same size, and then I'm just going to say that that's a temporary move, right? So until I can get it a big enough pot, we're just going to have to put it back with some fresh soil. I'll do a really good watering in my shower, and we'll have to revisit this guy at another time. So here's the pot that we will be going in. And here is the soil. I didn't think this was going to be enough soil at first, but seeing these roots, this is a lot of soil. Because, quite frankly, there is more roots than there is space in this pot. I did not realize how bad Okay. You may have noticed that this guy's a little lopsided. That's because he's in a corner. So the leaves don't grow backwards into the wall. They go forwards towards the light. So we're just going to fill in the space with the fresh soil. It's got worm castings, charcoal, orchid bark. I think I mentioned before it's got the core, a little bit of like a potting mix, probably a spoma that I had laying around, some perlite. It's a really airy mix that I found to be real, that this kind of plant, the very leafy plants thrive with. So we're going to try it out with this guy. It also is a lot harder to compact around the roots with this soil because it's so airy. And I think that'll help me to get the water to his roots. All right, that is my philodendron root inspection and repotting. He needs a bigger pot. He just does. He needs more space. So I will be on the hunt for a bigger pot. And in the meantime, he will go back in his corner where he is thriving with his fresh soil. I'm going to give him a nice dousing of water. And then we'll return to him when I have a bigger pot. So definitely stay tuned for an update of this guy. I mean, he's so healthy. The roots look so good. And there's so many and they're so long. So I really want to do justice by this plant and give him the space he needs, right? So give this video a thumbs up if you liked doing this root inspection with me. it wasn't as exciting as I had hoped, but at the same time, those roots are phenomenal. So it was super exciting. Yeah, and then subscribe so that you can get notified when I revisit this massive guy. I mean, look at this. The leaves are all bigger than I am. It's ridiculous. And I'll see you next time. Bye.